coming home from my usual Monday night bar shift, thinking I'm going to watch the new Jools Holland episode that I managed to get hold of. I'd already seen the shorter live version that had been broadcast earlier in the week. I had lots of big people on it, like Jay-Z, Norah Jones, Sting, the Foo Fighters, and I was looking forward to getting home and watching the extended recorded version, seeing more performances from them.
Stuffed with people. Our next artist has invented almost a new style. Like Floyd Kramer invented the slip note piano, he has invented his style, which he calls lap tapping. He's on tour in Britain as we speak. This is a song called Air Tap. Please welcome the wonderful Erik Mongrain.
I've been playing guitar myself for about 15 years now, but that was the first thing I'd seen in ages that made me feel like I've not even really begun to play guitar yet. So I went online and checked. Jools said he was touring. I was thinking I really want to go, but I really want to film it, and maybe get an interview with him. I thought, if I try and contact him, his management are just going to bluff me off. The only way that it's going to happen is if I manage to get in touch with him himself. So I sent him a long email, just kind of telling him about myself, the course I was doing, how the music I was into and things, and asking if I came down from Dundee to Newcastle, if he would let me have an interview with him and maybe film him and film the gig. Just hoped for the best.
Basically, to be honest, I said in the email, I hadn't heard of you until the Jools performance the other night, and then I was just totally blown away, man.
Well, I don't go that often to my website's inbox and blah blah blah. So, especially when I'm gone, if I'm not at home, you can always expect more time for actually responding to people.
This is Kev, the sound engineer from the venue in Newcastle. I managed to get his number because I wanted to check that I had the right leads to get a feed out of the sound desk for the gig. And Kev made me the cables in the end, which was really good of him. But also, when I first got down, I was speaking to him about how I'd seen Erik on Jools Holland and how he was playing there with Dave Grohl at the Foo Fighters, and how Erik was really into Nirvana apparently when he was younger. So I wanted to ask him about that. And before I got the chance, Kev did.
It was pretty weird to see. I would have like been Nirvana fan back then. Like Dave Grohl being right there. It was like, yeah. You look like a no-go, dude. You're not even get time to even talk to these guys, even if you want to. They just hide in their dressing room for a few hours. When it's time to come out, just come out and do their stuff and they fly back. Did you eat that girl? I wish. I mean, it was somewhere I didn't know where, and then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn't know where. And then the show started right there. And after I kind of wanted to, because I didn dude, I was so much of a fan, you know.
I was coming back from a hockey game, was zapping on TV, and then Nirvana was playing, and I had no clue who they were. It's just, and I started listening, and for some reason I don't know, woke up something somewhere in me, and then, music is nice, and it just happened that very day. Then everything changed. I mean, I stopped doing sports, I started smoking, started doing drugs. Women, you know, it's not a pretty bad trade. In fact, it's a pretty good trade. When my mom threw me out, well, you know, I had to figure out how to live on my own, and playing music in the streets seemed appropriate at the time, so I started doing that, and worked okay for a while. But you know, of course, I had nothing from the start. You know, I ate canned soup for 10 years. I mean, for a long time. But I set the EQs right. So basically, AirTap came to me. AirTap, the chords and the rhythm, which I call AirTap. I was in Spain, in San Sebastian. It was 9 in the morning. I had my coffee. I had a tree. I had the sun. I was a free man. I have no clue what I was doing there busking at that time of the day, but there was no one, like was the only dude in the street with my case open, but it was just, there was some sort of air of happiness, and this rhythm kind of just came, and I started jamming and just stuck. And YouTube kind of helped a few years after. One day, like I was playing, and some dudes came, and they wanted me to play on some TV show, and I said yeah. And then the TV show, so it was some sort of talent show in Quebec, and then some people saw it, and then blah blah blah. And it created like a chain reaction effect. And then YouTube came out, and so forth. Then I met my managers. This is Ben. You can say hello, Ben. Ben is my best friend. Knows probably more about me than most humans on the planet. We travel together, basically. He's also a driver. I don't drive. I'm too lazy of a bastard to drive. He's a driver. He's a very good driver. He's also my accountant, my manager, bass player. And gotta be... No, I'm always sure that I forget something. Before, they were not managers at all. We became friends, and then they started being my manager, and we started getting more calls and more calls. And then we invested some money to make Fates, the first album, blah blah blah. And then YouTube came into play, and then you start meeting people, and then you know that guy that knows this guy that knows this guy, and then this guy calls, and then blah blah blah. So this is all like in the last 5 years or so. So, you know, the wheel started turning at some point, but it's a slow wheel. It's not very quick.
Looking back on it now, it is pretty crazy. I mean, I hadn't heard about Erik at all until the Monday, and then on the Thursday I'm down in Newcastle interviewing and filming it. He was such a big fan of Dave Grohl and Nirvana when he was younger, and you know, when it comes to him playing on Jools Holland, he can't even get a chance to speak to the guy. And although Kev had already shadily managed to ask him about it, I still felt I wanted to hear it for myself.
Yeah, but you never got to meet Dave Grohl, no?
Nah, he was just stuck with a lot of pictures at the end, so I figured, you know, let's let him be, and he had to go. They always have to go, so that you know, it doesn't matter. I've seen them right there, so you know, it's fine by me. I mean, in the end, when you've seen a couple superstars like that, you realize they're no different. They're just people. They're people like you, like me, like anyone. It's just that we've seen their faces a lot, and they're millionaires. That's a big difference, and they do something that millions of people like. But in the end, we're all the same. So it's like, oh, it's that guy, nice, and that's it. It's just talk to him, and that guy sleeps, he eats as well, and he shits and he fucks, and all that stuff is we're all the same in the end.
Hey, air time for a Canadian! Yeah!
I was just gonna say, I wonder what I'm gonna play. It's like, is it really avoidable? It's just, I think in the last 4 years, there was only like 3 shows out of I don't know how many that I have not played it.
What I want to do is compose, but I can't just do that, and I have to practice the same songs over and over and thousands of times because people, for some reason, want to see the person play it live.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, have a good night. Thank you for coming. I'll see you next time.